There are motorcycles, and then there are Harleys. For more than a century, one brand has reshaped not only how motorcycles are built, but what they mean: freedom, rebellion, brotherhood, identity. This is not just the story of a company. This is the story of how Harley-Davidson transformed motorcycles forever. Chapter 1. Born in a shed. In 1903, in a small wooden shed behind a family home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, four young men began working on a simple idea. What if a bicycle had real power? William S. Harley and the Davidson brothers weren't chasing speed records. They weren't chasing glamour. They were chasing reliability. At a time when most motorcycles were fragile experiments, Harley-Davidson focused on something radical: durability, torque, usability. These weren't toys. They were machines, meant to survive American roads. In 1909, Harley-Davidson introduced its first V-twin engine. It wasn't perfect, but it had something unforgettable: a sound, a rhythm, a personality. From the beginning, Harley-Davidson wasn't just building motorcycles. It was shaping a mechanical identity. Chapter 2. Torque over speed. While European manufacturers chased speed, precision, and racing success, Harley-Davidson chose a different path: low-end torque, heavier frames, relaxed riding positions. Harley motorcycles were not built to race. They were built to endure. They carried police officers, couriers, everyday riders across long distances. They didn't demand perfection from the road. They conquered it. This philosophy changed how motorcycles were used. They became tools, companions, workhorses, and in doing so, Harley-Davidson created an entirely new category: the cruiser. Chapter 3. Motorcycles go to war. When war came, Harley-Davidson went with it. During World War I, nearly one-third of all Harley production went directly to the U.S. military. Motorcycles became weapons of speed. They carried messages, scouted territory, moved medics and supplies. But it was World War II that forged the legend. Over 90,000 Harley-Davidson motorcycles were built for Allied forces. The most famous of them all, the WLA, the Liberator. These machines were simple, rugged, unforgiving. They could be repaired in the field, run on bad fuel, survive chaos. And when the war ended, the soldiers came home, but they didn't leave their motorcycles behind. Chapter 4. The birth of the Outlaw. After the war, many veterans struggled to return to ordinary life. The structure was gone. The brotherhood was gone. Motorcycles filled the void. They offered freedom, belonging, escape. In 1947, a motorcycle gathering in Hollister, California, made national headlines. The media called it chaos. Hollywood called it opportunity. Motorcycles became symbols of rebellion: leather jackets, loud engines, defiance. Harley-Davidson didn't create the outlaw image, but it became inseparable from it. From that moment on, motorcycles weren't just transportation. They were identity. Chapter 5. Near death and rebirth. By the 1960s and 70s, the world changed. Japanese manufacturers flooded the market with motorcycles that were faster, cheaper, and more reliable. Many American companies collapsed. Harley-Davidson nearly followed. Quality suffered. Reputation declined. The future looked uncertain. But Harley still had something no competitor could replicate: identity. In 1981, Harley executives bought the company back. They rebuilt it from the inside. Quality, heritage, emotion. What followed became one of the greatest brand turnarounds in American history. Chapter 6. The sound that spoke. Harley-Davidson did something no other manufacturer dared to do. It turned sound into identity. The uneven idle of a Harley V-twin became instantly recognizable. Not just loud, emotional, so powerful. Harley once tried to trademark it. From that moment on, motorcycles weren't silent machines. They were voices. And when a Harley started, people felt it. Chapter 7. Customization and self-expression. Harley-Davidson didn't just sell motorcycles. It encouraged riders to change them. Choppers, bobbers, custom frames, hand-painted tanks. No two Harleys were ever meant to be the same. Motorcycles became art. Garages became workshops. Owners became creators. This spirit of customization changed motorcycling forever. Chapter 8. The Lifestyle. Harley-Davidson went further than any motorcycle brand before it. It became a lifestyle. Leather, boots, tattoos, rallies. Owning a Harley was no longer just about riding. It was about belonging. The Harley Owners Group created a global brotherhood, connected not by speed, but by identity. Chapter 9. The Open Road. Harley-Davidson helped define the myth of the open road. Endless highways, empty deserts, steel and wind. Motorcycles became symbols of freedom from society itself. Not escape, purpose, the idea that somewhere ahead, the road would tell you who you are. That myth became inseparable from Harley-Davidson. Chapter 10. The Modern Era. Even legends must evolve, facing new generations and new technology. Harley-Davidson stepped forward. Electric motorcycles, new categories, new markets. The Livewire proved that innovation didn't erase identity. It expanded it. The soul remained. Final chapter. Why Harley changed everything. Harley-Davidson never built the fastest motorcycles. It built the most meaningful ones. It turned machines into symbols, transportation into culture, engines into legends. Whether loved or criticized, Harley-Davidson reshaped motorcycling forever. Closing. More than a century after it began in a small wooden shed, Harley-Davidson remains one of the most powerful brands in the world. Not because of speed, but because of meaning. Harley-Davidson didn't just change motorcycles forever. It changed how freedom sounds on two wheels.